What's up, babies? Look, we're in all these new areas for filming. How weird is this? Are we where my ghost hangs out, Leroy? Yeah, yep. All right, let me get to it. You've seen the title of the video. We're having a baby. I know a lot of people have seen the updates on social media. I've been posting some TikToks, some reels, all about the situation that's been going down. And you're probably wondering, yo, why have you not sat down and made a whole YouTube video about this? Truth be told, these weeks for me, historically, haven't gone well in the past. So I was terrified to make some really excited video and get all my emotions out there, and then something bad happened, but it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. So much has unfolded in the past few weeks to a month here, and I kind of feel like I can't breathe. I'm super excited, super scared, super want to poo my pants, but more than anything, I just want to update you guys on everything that has happened. Where I left you guys last time, I was waiting to get the results back about the eggs that we had sent off. So we had sent off 13 eggs. So quick recap. Did IVF, if you're new here. I'm having a baby via surrogate. Okay, now we're all on the same page. I did IVF, which means I took a bunch of shots and a bunch of drugs to make my eggs grow big in my, like a caveman, big egg. Make my eggs grow in my ovaries, a whole bunch of them, and they were able to pull out 25 eggs, 24, 25? 24 or 25 eggs. 19 of them were mature, 18 of them turned into blastocysts, and then we ended up with 13 embryos, so 13 little mini egg babies. I'm so bad at explaining this, you know what I mean. So we sent 13 of those eggs off to get genetically tested, and this is where a lot of people tend to lose a lot of them. I've been terrified because I'm on all of those Facebook groups, and people are like, I had 36 eggs and I ended up with 0 normal embryos, which is, that's the fear, okay? That's the fear. So we sent off 13. Those last 2 were a little wonky going in, but we're like, we're gonna hope for the best. We ended up getting 10 perfect embryos and 1 wonky one, so 11 total embryos. But they said, they're like, yeah, the wonky one can turn into a good one, so we'll just keep it. We'll throw it on ice. I'm like, why not throw it on ice? I'm actually just realizing right now how weird it is that I have a bunch of my babies in a tube in a freezer somewhere. 2024, what a wild experience. Last time I was talking to you guys, I was still coming off of all of those drugs and hormones and things, and it's been a bit of a roller coaster feeling back myself. Would I do it again if needed? Absolutely. There's so many horror stories out there, and I would definitely suggest not reading those if you're gonna go through IVF, because I'm so affected by everything medically, and it was not bad for me. I should also mention I kept my mind very busy by playing games on my phone, and I'm gonna throw it to other Selena to tell you about a really cool game before we get into it. Here we go. Thanks, other Selena, and thank you to Midas Merge for sponsoring today's video. Now, if you are like me and love games that combine creativity and strategy and a whole lot of cuteness, then you are going to have to check out Midas Merge. In Midas Merge, you step into a magical world where you team up with King Midas and Queen Leah to revive the legendary Gardens of Gold. Along the way, you'll uncover the secrets of Nyx and restore the gardens with beautiful sunbursts. My absolute favorite part, the creatures. Look at this little guy, the Cappy Bird. It starts as a tiny, adorable little creature, but as you play, you can merge and evolve it into an even more majestic level 3 version. Seriously, it is actually impossible not to fall in love with all these little cuties. Midas Merge is completely free to download, ad-free, and perfect for offline play. It is the ultimate way to relax and have fun, whether you're on the go or just cozying up at home. And since the holiday season has come to a close, now is the perfect time to start. And I have an exclusive gift just for you. If you're one of the first 100 people to download the game using my link or the QR code, you're gonna get a personalized Mox Fox level 1 with my name on it. How cool is that? So guys, make sure to click the link in the description or scan the QR code to download Midas Merge for free and start your magical adventure today. Back to the other video too. I'm interested. Thanks, Selena. Welcome back. Let's talk babies. So once the eggs came back tested, it was time to get our amazing surrogate ready for the transfer. Okay, so here's where the nerves start building, because they are going to take our embryo and they are going to put it into somebody else, and we're just going to hope that it's sticky and it stays in there. Because in my mind, it's so crazy to think that, like, they're just like, here's a cup, let's take these out, mash it together, peanut butter jelly it, and then put it in someone's toaster. I just said that. I just said they would put it in somebody's toaster. So apparently transfer drugs are worse than the IVF drugs. So props to Jess for going through so much of this. She has to take needles a bunch in her butt, and it doesn't look fun. Okay, so she was doing these for a while, and then the date was coming up on when we were going to transfer the eggs. So when they transfer an egg, they have to take it out of freezing, and they got to thaw it out, and hopefully it survives that thaw out experience. I don't know, man. I'm doing my best to tell you this the best way that I understand. So we meet Jess, we're in Toronto. They're like, you can come back with her. We're thinking we're gonna be there for a few hours waiting. So cute. We all got our little blue surgical hats on. We have our surgical gowns on, and Jesse's in a chair, and we're all just sitting there and hanging out, and she's having her Timmies, and we're talking, and it feels so surreal, because I'm like, with IVF, once that baby is like put in there, you're considered pregnant until you're proved otherwise. So it was hilarious. She's like, let's go get pregnant. And I'm like, woo! Like, it feels insane. So we get there, they're like, okay, it's time. And in the moment when they came and said it's time, my body left. My body shut down. I was like, there's no way this is happening. Like, I'm like shaking like this. So we go into this little room, and Jesse's on a table, and they have this like screen, and they're like, okay, Selena, you're gonna see your name. So up comes my name. Is my name Selena? Is this you? That's me. That's my name. And like, okay, are you ready to see your embryo? I'm like, yes. So they showed me my embryo, and I was just thinking it was gonna be like this perfect little circle, but baby be hatching. Baby be hatching, which what I've learned in all these groups you want. So it was hatching. I watched them go in there with like a needle and like suck the egg up, and they're like, okay. And Dr. Liebrock is amazing. Not only does he just have the best bedside manners ever, he's just so kind, and it's like, I don't know, he reminds me of like Robert Munch books. He's just such a nice, kind person. And like, he took so much of my fear away, and he's just like, all right, and here it goes. And then we just watch, and that screen turned into ultrasound, and we like watch the egg go in and like squirt it in there. And it was wild. And then they're like, okay, you're done. And I'm like, wait, like, we're done? We're done? Yeah, get up. We're going. What? So now I was waiting. So we were waiting, and I just was manifesting so much that this was gonna work. And we just had to wait like days to test. Okay, we had to wait days to test. You're just waiting. You're like, it was a lot. And you're supposed to wait till your blood test, but you know, we started doing tests pretty early, and you know, of course, you probably let yourself down a little bit. We were doing some tests, and they were coming back negative, and even our surrogate had told us, she's just like, you know what, like, I don't know, like, I usually have a positive by now. So I was getting like a little bit discouraged. And then one night she does a test, and she's like, look, like, I think I see something. So we're like looking at the test, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I looked it up. I have taken over 1,200 pregnancy tests in my life, because it was every month for almost a decade, and it was multiple, because I would start before, it was like 3 tests. Like, it's the amount of money I've spent on tests. It couldn't be 1,000. Could it? Oh yeah, it could be. No. Maybe that was how much money I'd spent on tests. I did the math years ago. But think of it, a couple tests every month. So I was like good at seeing negatives. And I'm like looking, and Adam's like, no, like, I think I see it, because we use the pink line tests. And she was getting them from the dollar store to start. So we're like looking at it, and I'm like, I don't see it. Like, I don't see it. And Adam's like, I think I see it. I think I see it. So the next day she gets a different test, and she takes it, and she shows us, and you can definitely, like, it's so faint. It is so faint, but you're looking and you're like, no, I think I see it. But in my head, like, it's just not real yet, you know, like, there's evaporation lines. Like, not that I didn't believe it, but I'd just been through it so many times where I was like, I don't know yet. Like, I don't know if I see it as well as, like, I don't know. And then she started taking other ones, and it looked like the line was getting darker. So I'm like, yes, this is definitely a thing. I'm like, I'm gonna, like, send a bunch of pregnancy tests to your house. Let's get, like, a digital one or something like that. So she was amazing. She got home after work, and we actually have a video of it. And she takes the digital test, and we're waiting together. Like, we're just waiting, like, freaking out waiting. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. She does the digital test. She puts it, you know how it works. And we're waiting, and I'm just like, and we're talking, and she's like, okay, are you ready to flip it over? And she flips it over, and it says pregnant. Ah! And it's just so crazy after, like, the last time I had a positive test was 2016. That was almost a decade ago in itself. So seeing that and it just working on the first try made it feel so meant to be, because I've told you all of this in so many videos, but it just felt like at this point in my life and all of the loss that I had been through and all the different things I had tried, it felt like God or the universe was just saying, like, this isn't for you. This isn't the journey that you're supposed to take, you know? But sometimes I just wonder if I was always meant to be a mother, but I was just supposed to connect with these people. You know, I like to think that it's going to leave an impact in my life, and hopefully sharing this journey, which I have learned has helped so many people. Don't cry, bitch. I've had so many people reach out to me and say, you know, a lot of people share this story, but there's not a lot of, like, really big creators who share this journey, and just, like, thank you so much for doing that. And I think maybe that's what this was supposed to be the whole time, because I'm loud, baby. Baby, I'm loud. I'm going to tell you every nitty gritty, uncomfortable piece of everything, because those are the things that I'm looking for when I'm going through the same thing. And I also think that I was supposed to meet Dr. L. I was supposed to meet Jessie. I was supposed to band together with these women and learn so much about myself and learn how strong I am, because I'm not going to lie, I've spent so much of my life feeling like a very weak person. There were times when I was like, I don't think I'm built to live this life. And that's dark. I spent so much time angry, so angry, for so many reasons, and just so lost in so many things. But I think that going through everything that I've gone through, I have learned how unbelievably strong I am. I live with crippling health anxiety because I have health issues and stuff, and knowing that I went through what I went through and I didn't die, and I made it through the other side, and I don't have insane anxiety, I'm like, you know what? I am a woman, and hear me roar. I am strong. Like, I did this. And I also learned to give up a lot of control. I am a control freak, and that came from feeling really out of control growing up. My mom was really sick. You know, there was just situations I couldn't fix. And for me, I always, like, surrogacy was an idea, but after our first attempt at a journey and being so pushed back, if lighting has changed, I apologize. My dad came by for a visit, but he did bring me Timbits, and it was extraordinary. I was talking about being a control freak. This was something that's made me really have to let up on control. Having so many people, like, in my life, it's also shown me that bad things aren't gonna happen if you let some people help. And we were just so lucky to meet Jessie, because she has just really helped me with all of this and has been so extraordinary the entire time. And I will forever be insanely grateful. We really wanted a positive for Christmas, and it was wild. So Jessie went and did her blood test, and we waited, and it was right before Christmas, like on the 22nd or the 21st, and they're like, oh, it's probably gonna be like a day or two before you get your results. And we were like, no. So I think it was the 23rd or the 24th. I have it written down somewhere. Adam and I were driving, and we get a call. And because of how I feel about things, I see her calling me. We usually snap back and forth. I'm like, oh no. And she goes, is Adam there with you? And I was like, yes. And she was like, it's positive. So the blood work was positive. And the really crazy thing about Canada, so we did IVF. In America, they'll like test all the embryos and they'll let you know the genders. But in Canada, you can't know the gender before transfer at all. And I remember as soon as we did the transfer, I had like a feeling as to what it was. And I remember writing and writing. We had to wait for like total confirmation, first ultrasound, to find out what it is. So the crazy thing is like, it's only been a couple weeks. Not only are we having a baby, we already know what it is. And right now I'm going to say, I need you guys to guess what you think it is in the comments below. I want to do something fun for like a little reveal on what it is. It is what I thought it was. Maybe it is what I wanted. I'm not going to give you any hints at all. I'm not wearing pink for a specific reason. I'm wearing pink because I look cute in pink and this shirt made my boobs look good. Being on this journey, I've just had so many people say so many extraordinary things to me, but I've also had people say like the worst things ever. People have been saying like, mainly online, but in real life, I had a woman come up to me in a grocery store and she's like, hey, like I saw you're doing the whole like surrogacy thing. And I was like, yes. And she's like, well, you're not the real mom though. And I was like, oh no, like genetically it's ours. Like, she's like, no, like you're not a real mom unless you put in the work. And I was like, I would have put in the work if I could. It was such a hurtful thing to say. And I just went, oh, okay, well, that's a different outlook to have. And then I was like, I hope you have a good day. And I walked away because I was trying not to cry. I think it hurt so much because like I tried to put in the work. I've been pregnant twice. I waited 11 years and, you know, I let up a lot of control, and I'm so thankful that I had such an incredible person be like, hey, I want to have a baby for you. And I feel so thankful that it's such an intimate experience. But like having someone say that was bananas, and I'm so ready to experience all of that because like it doesn't hurt me. It doesn't. Maybe it did for a minute, but I just don't think those people understand. They can't. And I'm lucky. They're lucky they don't understand. The other question I get a lot is, are you only gonna have one? And when it comes to surrogacy, like that's something that I'm gonna have to do if we want to take a sibling journey. I do want 3 kids. I really think I do. I definitely want to have one first and we make sure that like, I can do this. This is cool. Everything's all right. But ever since I was a little girl, I always wanted a big family. I didn't want to be like a vet or a doctor. I just wanted to be a mom. So like if I could have 3 or 4 kids, that would be incredible. But like another part of me is like, am I taking up resources from other people? But I feel it. I want a big family and I want all that love, and there's just so much love inside my body to give. So one day, like, we'll see. But I'm just so excited for this baby to get here, and I'm excited to tell you guys because I genuinely feel like us all manifesting help make this happen. Obviously, science and doctors and our amazing surrogate and Adam and I, but also just having so many people wanting this for us and wishing this for us kind of like made it happen, which is incredible. But I'm just thankful and I'm excited and I'm terrified and I can't wait to take you guys all on this journey. For the first time, I think I'm starting to feel like a grown-up. I've always just felt like a child in a lady's body, but now we're here and we're gonna have this baby Spooky Boo together, but I need you guys to guess what it is. And I can't wait. In the next few videos, I think I'll be able to tell you guys. I just really want to get to 12 weeks. We're 8 weeks, some odd days today. I know it's so early, and that's the other scary thing. I just want to get to that 12 weeks. Know that everything's okay. I've been tracking on the app. It looks like a little mutant baby right now, and I love it, and I love it so much. And I'm trying not to cry all the time because I feel like I have to keep myself a little guarded because of what happened, but at the same time, like, I just want to celebrate them so much as long as they're existing. So I love you guys. Thank you for being a part of this. I hope you enjoyed this update. And until next time, stay safe, Boo Crew.